Meet everybody, it's MicheleMarieDalene, and of course I'm going to just do a quick little brief vlog because I have a little time before I go upstairs to see my medical doctor for my normal follow-up. It's kind of nippy out here. It's Wednesday, it is the 12th of May, and temperature outside is probably about 21 degrees, not exactly that bad, but it is a little bit of a nippy shock compared to the last few days that were close to 28 and 30 degrees. The cold front obviously is becoming very entrenched. It will be around for a long time, next week, including this week. Coming up, we'll be arranging with Chris at the Cable 13 to learn how to use some of their gear. Next week, probably I'll schedule an appointment for probably Wednesday or Thursday to go in for a little bit of training, and that way we can do brief public service announcements and things like that. And I just checked my log use. Last broadcast. It's doing pretty good. I've got nine watchers. That's excellent. I'm very impressed. And I did get a couple of questions for Ask Us Anything this week. Please note, 11 p.m. That's right, 11 p.m. Thursday night Eastern Time is the deadline. That's tomorrow. So get your questions in, and me and Lomi will go through them, review them, and do our best to answer the questions in a timely manner. And of course, I am going to be doing a little bit of a show and tell with you, because I mentioned telephone systems and switchboards and stuff, and I did find a schematic for a simple, inexpensive, relatively speaking, to make a DIY switchboard if you really want a cord board, which isn't really that hard to make. It's just a matter of a couple of relays, and originally the original design we used incandescent lights, so we probably would, of course, bring it to the 21st century using LEDs, but the other ways I would like to keep it pretty much stock. Probably could use some transistors in place of the relays, but the point is the circuit is pretty simple to make if you follow the schematic. It would somebody with a little bit of technical savvy and maybe a couple boxes of parts laying in their home could probably make one. The biggest part of the project would be is essential part of the switchboard, which really isn't too complicated. It's a lot of little relays and the switches. Really easily can be done, especially if you've got a big junk drawer full of pieces, relays, coils, things like that. Anyway, so that's something for the future. I'm going to be going upstairs soon to see Dr. Limit Bio. Like I said, I just wanted to make sure that I had a chance to give you a heads up on what's going on here. I might as well give you the eye report. It's doing okay. The periphery of my eye is clearing up nicely. The center of it is still a bit fuzzed out. So it definitely is coming a long way from being as blind as a bat. Blind as I don't know what to even use the term blind as a bat. It's technically a bat may not have the greatest eyesight in the world, but with their echolocation, they can really do pretty good at getting things and picking up pesky mosquitoes and things like that. So I wouldn't use the term blind as a bat because that's not accurate. How about blind as a mole? There, that's better. No, a mole is an underground creature. He doesn't really have good eyesight. Cartoon moles have these big thick glasses, and yeah, by the way, my glasses are pretty thick too. I usually take them off for the video. Let me just show you these really quick here. These are my old ones, just so you know, down here. And the new ones are coming in a couple days. These are my regular glasses. I take them off on video, but this is what they look like. They're not bad. I mean, I'm a little self-conscious, but yeah, I know. Stupid reason to be, but that's me. I'm going to show you the Merlin II antenna console. When I got it, it's a little bit beat up. We use it as a customer access unit to program the phone system, but it is a full service antenna console. So we have the programming overlay on it at all times. I tried to take the overlay off and it was stuck to it, so I didn't want to ruin it, so I just left it on it. Because I could see that the plastic was going to ready to really fracture if I got careless, and I said, nah, I don't want to do that. So I found a good deal on the second one. Same situation, no power adapter, which is easy to make. I will explain that on today's video. I want to show you something real quick as part of a show and tell. Originally, it was so dark in here you couldn't see what I was going to show you until I mounted, the light on the wall here. This was the light that we were using originally for the backdrop, which we're not using anymore, so I figured instead of letting it just sit around doing nothing, you can see one of the bulbs is missing. I gotta get another bulb for it, but right now it's bright enough. I wanted to show you the phone system real quick, because a lot of people get this mixed up with the Legend system. This is the predecessor. This is called the Merlin II. You can see that a lot of this pre-stuff is configured. Merlin II has a different design than the Legend. This is the processor board. It says revision 3 in it, okay? And it has a 408 board. These are the 3 incoming lines that feed the system. 1, 2, 3. Don't need to have these 6 connectors. I just happened to buy them because I thought they were cool. And of course we have our extensions, the ones that are the special phones that go with the system, like this one, which is a 5-button, and all these fancy schmancy ones like this one here, which is a 22-button with display. That's the main digital phones, or actually it's a hybrid. They're actually digital analog, but I'll get to that later on. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 12 phones with built-in ring generators. That gives us a total of 36 extensions plus the 8, which is about 44 extensions. And you'll notice that for the most part, most of these boards are not being used. Like, they just got extra capacity. We're not using this one right now. This board here is just sitting here. And yes, it does work. I tested it. This here only has 1 phone plugged into it, which is extension 40, which is our cordless phone base here. It's a standard dustbuster unit, and it's pretty battered. It works though. Alright, so let me show you how this works. Alright. Now, okay, I haven't charged it in a while anyway, so this has nothing to do with the phone system. These 2 pieces here. This has to do with the DSL and the internet. Fax machine right now is not hooked up. And we have a standard model 500 that's set as extension 28. And I can call any phone on the system very easily. I'll show you how. If I go over here, for this button here, and I type in the extension like 28, it says 28 is off the hook, so maybe it is. Yes, it is. Okay, so now I can show you how this works. This is technically labeled as intercom ring. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you can see how that works with the speakerphone. Now, likewise, I can call from any phone to any phone. So I can call from here. You hear the dial tone? You can't hear it now, no. Anyway, so now I gotta dial the number of the cordless, which is 40. Yes, I clean lubricated and adjusted all the guts. So now that's ringing. And you could hear it if you were listening to it. You'd hear me talking. So, likewise, these phones can also call any one of the Merlin digital sets as well. So, if I hang up this phone now, okay, you're going to hear a dial tone. Okay, I'm going to dial 11, which is the kitchen. And now it's calling the kitchen. So, I didn't pay a lot of money for this system. I think I paid, I don't know, maybe, I didn't pay a lot for the system. I think for the main system here, I paid like with the special tenant console, which we use as a customer access unit. I think I paid maybe about $200 for this, and then I had to do all the wiring. Yeah, it's ugly, tell me. It's not the thing I'm really proud of. By the way, what is these wipe thingies here for? Well, these actually split, for some of the apartments, the jack into the phone and the internet. Since the analog phones are two-pair, you can see here, the RC's wires here go to the Ethernet switch. Just these two pairs, or one pair in most cases here, is going to the phone. Some of these actually have two pairs. This is number 20. This is extension 21. It also has an extension number 27 for a fax machine, which right now they're not using 27. That's kind of how we do it. Now, when we come back, we're going to show you the system that makes it all work, the programming console and the attendance console, which I think you might like seeing this. Most people don't realize that there's a difference between the Legend and the Merlin II console. So here it is. This is a very expensive device. You're not going to find these cheap on eBay. If you find one on eBay, you're very lucky. This is a special thing you need to program the system. If you're not using the special software and the cable and Windows XP, unfortunately there is no Linux driver for this system here. This here is the programming overlay, which kind of makes it easier. And even if you don't take the overlay out, it's still easy to understand for regular phone calls. Because of my legal blindness, I go pretty much by position. The original power adapter, I got the system. It didn't have one. Obviously, I have it plugged in right now, so I can't unplug the power adapter. It's just using a standard volt switching power supply. And I made a homemade cord. So, what you can see is that black thingy. It's just using a 5-pin DIN plug. And it's spliced into a 5-volt 2-amp power supply, which was what the system was designed for. And I even went through the effort of setting the date and time for you, so you can at least see the date and time right. Now, you can test the system. If you do that, you hear this noisy. That's just to let you know that it tests the lights to show you if the lights are working. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you how to actually do something with this thing here. If you go to what they call P for program, you're going to get your chosen ringtone. But if I press the button here, which is the conference button, and I press it twice, okay, it's going to go into administration mode, and you can see it has like a menu, and you can select things on the menu here. There's stations and things like that. I can go to more options, and I can see more options here. This sets up the system. Right now I'm not going to do any programming at this point, but I can program things like individual phones. I can program all kinds of things. The voicemail, tie lines, trunks, stations. For example, I can go to night service. If I want to program the voicemail, which is, I think on the next page here, I just gotta go to the button here again, and I can go to, so you can see there's options for data, programming, languages, control program, which lets you program other phones remotely from here. Then you have your tie lines, which I don't have installed, so I don't have tie lines, so it's not really a big deal. But the point is that you can set up all kinds of good stuff. And options, tables, dialing night service. I don't know where the hell the voicemail is. I'm going to have to figure that out eventually, because we're going to be setting up that service soon. So when you're done, you can just turn the switch off back to normal. And because the way it works, it takes a few seconds for it to refresh the screen so you can see things normally. This can support up to multiple banks of lines. You can see, like, if you look at the line selector, it selects between 2 banks, and it can handle, let's see, it can handle up to, oh boy, 34, 44, 55, 55 incoming phone lines, which I'm never going to use. I don't have 55 incoming phone lines. But now on the regular phone system, if I want to call the extensions, I can just dial the extension like the kitchen. And that's actually calling the kitchen right now. So you can hang up just by pressing the disconnect button. And there, it hangs up. Because I forgot what's off the hook. Okay, so now if I want to call the extension 20, I gotta find 20. And now here's a hint. All these things are numbered by in multiples. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40. Now 40 is right here. Now 40 is the cordless. You can hear the cordless ringing in the background. Okay, and I can call the other phone 27. So I look up the 27 on the position. I gotta know where these are. I haven't used this thing in so dang long. 10, 20, 27 right here. I think it's 28 actually. Yes, it's 28. So what you're hearing right now is calling the Model 500 phone right now. So this thing is a pretty sophisticated unit. This is very expensive. If you find these phones new, they're like $500. So if you get one used, even if it's missing a power adapter, it's really not that hard to wire it up. I think it's pins 3 and 4. 3, which is the center pin, is going to be your earth, and 4 is going to be your positive 5. It's really not that hard to wire. Or is it 1 and 2? Or 1 and 3. I could wire it if you ever need me to. It's really easy. So anyway, that's it. I thank you very much for watching this short little tutorial of our phone system. It's a great phone. I actually been reading a lot of the phone manuals and stuff over the internet, and I've enjoyed working with it. But I want to work with the 182, which I'm going to interface in with the system as well. But that's going to be a little later on project. But for now, I just thought I would show you the kind of gear we got and how we do it. And I know some of you technical guys like that stuff, so I think you will probably enjoy it. Like I said, for the price I paid, it's not bad. You know, it works for us. Anyway, it feeds the building and everybody gets their messages and their phone calls. We're going to be setting up an asterisk voicemail auto attendant. Thus the question about how to set auto attendant in voicemail, which I have to remember how to do that because I kind of forgot. So. But for now, I'll let you go. So again, please, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to like or dislike, share it with your friends and family, subscribe if you've not already done so, and make sure to get your Ask Us, anything questions in by Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, and then as soon as possible, about 11:30, me and Lomi will start answering the questions in a video. If we can. If there's a lot of questions, right now I have only about 2. And we need a lot more than that, guys. Come on. Come on. Rousing up those brain cells. Let's get some questions in there. And we'll take it from there. Okay? Bye-bye.